you can become more resilient in your life. In this video, we will explain what resilience is and we'll share 7 tips to help you build resilience fast. I'm Dr. Elias Moitinho.
And I'm Dr. Denise Moitinho. We are professors and authors of the Dream Home book. We all face crises, adversities, problems, and challenges. Stressful events are part of life, and some people, however, face more tragic events that can create emotional trauma.
So what happens when you or people you love face traumatic events? Some people may feel depressed, anxious, angry, or they may even develop other psychological problems. From a neurobiological perspective, we know that the amygdala can become overactivated, resulting in fear and anxiety. We also know that some people may have difficulty concentrating and develop learning issues or have poor academic performance. Research shows that the prefrontal cortex can become underactive. Then it affects reasoning and decision-making negatively.
While some people may experience more conflicts, others may view themselves as perpetual victims. Some people engage in unhealthy behaviors to cope with their pain and suffering, and they may self-medicate to ease their emotional pain. Some people may feel angry at God and question why God allowed bad things to happen to them. But the key here is resilience. What is it?
Resilience is the ability to recover from a crisis, adversity, or stressful situations. It is the ability to cope mentally and emotionally with a crisis or challenges. Resilience also carries the idea of adapting, adjusting to the circumstances, and then growing and thriving. In simple terms, resilience is to bounce back and to be strong again.
Here are a few powerful tips to help you build resilience. Tip number 1, be flexible. Showing flexibility is important because due to the crisis or problems you face, your life may have changed drastically. So you need to adjust or adapt to the new life or the new normal. For example, palm trees and coconut trees are very flexible. They bend when strong winds come, but remember, they do not break. Being flexible means that you're willing to explore possibilities, embracing change instead of resisting it. You may have heard the Serenity Prayer, which says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Watch our video, How to Face Problems in Life. I will put the card here for you.
Tip number 2, be responsible for your recovery. When you take responsibility, you decide to do what needs to be done to help you recover or bounce back. Yes, you may depend on the support and help of others, including professionals, depending on the crisis that you're going through. However, you need to make wise choices and engage in healthy ways to cope with your challenges.
Tip number 3, be positive. People who recover from adversity and show resilience have a positive attitude. It is about the idea that the cup is half full or half empty. So which one would you choose? You will need to monitor your thoughts and self-talk. Think thoughts of victory and hope and have positive self-talk. For example, say to yourself, it is going to be hard, but it's worth it.
Tip number 4, move forward. To show resilience, you need to keep moving. Many people feel stuck when they face a crisis or problem. They may feel paralyzed by fear or may be uncertain of what to do, so they may not do anything at all. To move forward means that sometimes you may need to set new goals or revise the goals you had before the crisis. Next, you need to develop a plan of action with specific steps. Then you take action. Yes, take action. You start taking one step at a time and move forward.
Tip number 5, grow. You can grow while you are recovering from your crisis. You may ask these reflective questions to help you. What am I learning about myself as I'm going through this crisis? What am I learning about people? What am I learning about God? When you reflect, you gain new insight and grow. In counseling, we call this post-traumatic growth. In our channel, we motivate you and give you tips and life skills to help you grow in your life, so we invite you to subscribe.
Tip number 6, get help. Getting help is not a sign of weakness. In some cultures, there is a stigma of mental health. You will be resilient if you get help, because you may need help from a mental health counselor or a financial advisor, a life coach, or a pastor, depending on the crisis you are going through. The important thing is to reach out for help.
Tip number 7, turn toward God. Unfortunately, some people turn away from God during a time of crisis. They may feel angry at God and even blame Him for whatever happened. Turning away from God may lead them to bitterness and resentment, and that's not good. And that resentment can also go towards people. So when you turn toward God, you acknowledge that He is the source and the help you need to comfort you. The Bible wisely says, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble.
The great thing is that you do not have to do it alone. You can bounce back because God will be with you wherever you go. The Bible says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. You can be a resilient person. You can bounce back. If you liked this video, click the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, watch the videos you see here on the screen to continue to grow and thrive.